I cannot believe it. The Steelers have fired Matt Canada. Welcome into an emergency edition of Bleav in Steelers. I'm Mark Bergin. Before I provide my quick reaction, today's episode brought to you by betonline.ag. They'll take care of all of your NFL betting needs. NFL Week 12 is here. If you want to place a bet on the action, betonline.ag is the place to do it. Use our promo code Bleav, that's BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts. Steelers firing Matt Canada. I'd imagine we'll find out more once Mike Tomlin speaks with media members later today, recording this the morning. Tuesday, November the 21st. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. Happy holidays. I'm still simply in shock because this is not typically how the Steelers organization operates. From the top down with the Rooney family, I Bleav this is the very first time the Steelers have fired a coordinator like mid-season. If there are other examples in previous Steelers history, please let me know. But it comes down to this. You've been outgained in every single one of your games this season, and you still somehow have a 6-4 record, and you've only won time of possession twice during Matt Canada's tenure. Since he took over in 2021, you're the only NFL team without a 400-yard game. Every single other team has at least 3. In 2023 and beyond, you've got to play complementary football. You've got to put up points with how the game is played now. It's not like it was 20 years ago before targeting and player safety and concussion protocol. And they said, you know what? This isn't working in year 2 with Kenny Pickett. We're going to cut ties. And at least for the interim, the Steelers, the reports indicate, and again, this could change. We'll find out what Mike Tomlin says later today. Running back coach Eddie Faulkner will take over as offensive coordinator. Quarterbacks coach Mike Sullivan will handle play calling duties. I don't know what they can do to salvage their jobs beyond this season, because if I was Pittsburgh, I'd say, let's go outside the organization to get this right. And you do 2 things. You bring in a new OC to get Kenny Pickett right. And I don't think the system's going to change a whole lot, but your play calling can, at least for the interim, for the remainder of the 2023 season. If they decide to go get a new OC, Byron Leftwich, Ken Dorsey, Frank Reich might be on his way out of Carolina. There's a lot of other names out there that we'll learn more and more about in the coming days. But if I'm Pittsburgh, whoever the OC is, you get Kenny Pickett right heading into year 3 next year, whoever is going to take over this position, and then go draft a mid to late round quarterback to develop behind Pickett. We see this with what's going on with Cleveland right now, Deshaun Watson, what's going on with Cincinnati and Joe Burrow. You've got to have a capable backup. There's an out with Mitch Trubisky. If you're going to pay him a premium, he needs to be a premium backup. He's not. And if Jaylen Warren's getting more and more of the load as an undrafted rookie player, and he's proving his worth, he's had 3 consecutive 100-yard games despite this offensive ineptitude. If Najee Harris is your first-round pick, saying we're probably not going to pick up his 5th-year option, you've got to also develop Kenny Pickett and say there's going to be a competition here, and you're going to have to earn your keep here. And if he can't handle that on the Steelers' own roster, then he's not meant to be the quarterback long-term. I'm not out on Kenny Pickett. Let me be clear. Not out on Kenny Pickett, but whoever the new OC is, you've got to develop him beyond what he's done this year, because I'd make arguments he's regressed. The last 3 games, the statistics have not been great. And if not for that final completion, he wouldn't even have had 100 yards against Cleveland. I know they've got the top defense. There's stats saying, oh, the fewest yards allowed since the 2008 Steelers defense. Great, fine, whatever. If you only allow 13 points in a game, you should win that football game. And I could point to so many things offensively. Quarterback touchdown passes since the start of last season. Davis Mills, Marcus Mariota, and Matt Ryan each have more than Kenny Pickett's 13. Mariota hasn't hasn't attempted a pass this year, and neither has Matt Ryan. Same with Davis Mills, right? Like, there's so many statistics that you can point to where it's like the sum hasn't equaled its parts. Here's another one. Alex Kozora from Steelers Depot's got this one. Got to give credit where credit's due. Longest active NFL streaks with teams not scoring 30-plus points in a win. 51 games for the Steelers, 28 for the Titans. So the Steelers 51 games where they have not scored 30-plus points in a win. How do you win in the NFL when we repeatedly see this? So the reason why I bring up the interims, again, Eddie Faulkner expected to be the OC, Mike Sullivan play calling responsibilities, quarterback's coach. Matt Canada was the quarterback's coach under Randy Fichtner. Come season end, you probably need some new blood in at the OC, right? If you're Pittsburgh. So I don't know what they could do to salvage this, but we saw this with Matt Canada. He got promoted as the OC. After this season, Pittsburgh's got to get this right, because you have to get right with Kenny Pickett with the defense, which isn't going to be great for forever. And again, you've only won 2 games this year. You only had 2 games this year where you've won time of possession. So I still can't believe this. I still can't believe this. We'll find out what Mike Tomlin says later today. This is going to be a loaded Tuesday. I'd imagine that he gets a lot of questions about this today. But it's got to get better if you're Pittsburgh. And it can't get much worse, can it? I mean, in all seriousness, it's embarrassing. Where week after week after week after week, you expect the same thing. But credit the Steelers for making a move here to say, hey, this is not acceptable mid-season, and all alternative is going to be better. It's going to be better than the on-field product that you've seen to this point in the season. And to this point in his tenure, because go back to the 2021 season when Ben was the quarterback, he was drawing up the plays himself, drawing up Sandlot style. It wasn't Matt Canada. And look, he builds up the cachet in 18 years as the Steelers quarterback. Go back and watch some of that tape. And to the point with Roethlisberger, when I'm seeing on Twitter that he could hop off his couch and have a better game than Kenny Pickett played this last Sunday, I don't think that that's that far off. It's a bit of a hyperbole, but maybe for a quarter. In all seriousness, it was that bad Sunday against Cleveland. Yeah, they have a really good defense, but you can't even muster more than 10 points. You get shut out in the first half. And this isn't just one game either. With Canada, it's been over and over and over again. There's talent there at skill position players. And I'll leave you guys with this. Najee Harris, after the game, I thought what he said to reporters spoke volumes. His frustrations, what he said, what he didn't say. He's a great leader. And that to me was very reflective on the situation going forward. But with him, with Pickett, would you pick up the fifth-year options for them right now? Because right now, I'd say the answer is no. For the money that they seek on the fifth-year option on their rookie deal, and then the long-term contracts that they seek in this league, someone will pay them, but to what amount, right? And with this offense, it has not been there. Again, you could go through statistics about how bad the Steelers' offense has been till sundown, but the 2 that you would need to focus on, well, really 3. I'll give you 3. No 400-yard games during Matt Canada's tenure. Losing time of possession in every single game except 2 this year. Getting outgained in every single game that you've played in the 2023 season. My name's Mark Bergin. Thank you for watching Bleav in Steelers. Keep an eye on what Mike Tomlin says later today. I'll sign off here. Hope all of you have terrific Thanksgiving, holiday weeks. I'll see you next time. Take care. So long, everybody.